Honourable Chairperson, Honourable President, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Members. But most important, I greet the residents of Ogwini, Sanibonani, Ninjan, Ingingutim Brauteseth, Ingiyalunga iParlamente, Ingiyakhuluma isiZulu kancane. So if you don't mind, I'm going to speak English. In Parliament, I'm known for one word. Siyabangena. Residents of Ogwini, today I'm confused. Ingu Kulambele. I'm confused because this debate is about building an agile government to improve service delivery. But I'm confused because this government is slow. It is not agile. It is not athletic. This word agile means to move fast. Ukuhamba, ingokushesha. That's what it means, to move fast. But this government, it moves like a chameleon. Ukuhamba, injengon wabu. Even the Honourable President has acknowledged this, that there is much more improvement to be done. The Honourable President said that the ministers are going to come back. But how long will a chameleon take to go and come back? I get worried. Since Tuesday, residents, and I'm speaking to you today, not the honourable members, we have been listening to you. We have heard your complaints about water, roads, safety, houses. We have not heard too many compliments. You have told us the truth. Even Honourable Bishop Dube stood up here and said, you must not speak lies. But I'm telling you, the people of Ogwini, you spoke the truth to us this week, and I thank you for that. This government is slow. Ukuhamba injengonwabu. It is slow because the water problems that started in Ugu in 2015 are still going on. 7 years later, you're struggling with water. 840,000 people are affected by St. Helens Rock. That's 2% about of the population of South Africa affected by one pump station. And it's taken 7 years to fix it. This government is slow because after the floods, 200 families that were displaced in Ugu are still waiting for their houses. Only 111 have been built in the 7 months since the April floods. It is slow because the roads and bridges that you asked for have been promised, but what has been delivered? Dololo. It is slow because officials always complain that they're waiting for money from National Treasury and blame that for service delivery, the failure of service delivery. It is slow because after the floods in April, the N2 at Magabeni and the Manzantoti are still broken, and you still have to sit in traffic there for hours when you go to eThekwini. You all know this. It is slow because after 7 months, Abantu baseThekwini still have sewage flowing in the roads. They still have sewage flowing in the rivers and into the seas. Now you see, my friends, I have a theory. A theory, if you define it, is an idea based on observing patterns, and you use that to predict future behavior. And when you observe the patterns of this government, you have to conclude that the theory is that it will always be slow. Ukuhamba injengongwabu. But I have good news. I have good news today. There is a government in South Africa that moves fast. There is a government that ukuhamba ngokushesha. That government is in Umgeni, led by Umaya Chris Papas, that little white Zulu. He took over there 1 year ago, 1 November. He comes from a small municipality. They only have a 500 million rand budget. But in 1 year, that government has done the following. They have increased indigent support by 5 million rand. They've increased from 133 to 3,005 people that are receiving free basic services. They've increased aid for the youth by 1.45 million. They've built a training center. They've doubled the money for SMMEs. And they've created 227 new jobs. And with all of that, they have paid off all the loans of Umgeni municipality. In 1 year. Aye, that's an achievement. That is fast. Ukuhamba ngokushesha. That's what we're talking about. In the Western Cape, we have the Disaster Management Center. They are so organized that they got hold of eThekwini the week before the floods in April, and they said, you've got a big flood coming. We will send search and rescue people to you, and they'll be there on the Friday before the flood. This is on paper. eThekwini ignored it. They ignored it. No warnings were sent by eThekwini. No search and rescue teams were ready. And 448 people died. 448 people died, and there were still 72 people missing. Why? Because a fast DA government offered help to a slow ANC government, and that government failed its people. This government says it is responsive, but we are still waiting for the funds, Mr. President, to fix the water and sanitation problem in eThekwini. Mr. President, the problem is not going to go away. There is 5 billion rand in the contingency fund. We need it, Mr. President. Please see what you can do for us. But this government will not change because it is always going to be slow. There is no accountability. Why? Because the ANC is more concerned about its people and its party than you. That is why there will be no accountability. But the good news is you can change. You can change from slow motion to fast. You can change from ngokunensa, slow motion, to shesha. Waza 2024, waza. Siyabangena.